Most guys today aren't dangerous. They're safe, predictable, and completely harmless. That's why no one respects them. See, men have been conditioned from an early age to be passive beta males, taught to never stand up for themselves, and taught to behave more passively like women. This has led to a generation of men who can't lead and wouldn't dare to be intimidating to anyone. They have been fully convinced by the modern agenda that anything outside of this mold is toxic masculinity. Here is the reality. Deep down, most men want to be capable of danger. Only when a man becomes dangerous does he stop living like prey and live life with a masculine aura. So pay attention, because today we are going to go over the 4 habits that make any man dangerous. Habit 1. Master the art of conversations. Weak men never shut up. They talk constantly in casual conversations to dominate, usually spouting off nonsense and barely pausing to give anyone else a chance to speak. This is a habit that turns people off and kills any potential connections. A truly dangerous high-value man doesn't need to do that. He knows not just how to articulate his thoughts and get his points across, but also how to be silent and observant, letting the other person speak while he soaks up their information like a sponge. This is a skill that every man must possess. It is the backbone of any great public speaker, and it will greatly improve your social skills. Women are also more attracted to men that let them talk about themselves and possess the ability to repeat what they said back, along with asking plenty of questions about them. This is because it demonstrates excellent active listening skills. Once you learn to control your words, you control the room without being an overly verbose beta male. Habit 2. Persuasion. Persuasion is power. It shapes outcomes and wins people over to your side. On a fundamental level, persuasion is about compliance, getting someone to move the way you want them to move. Governments and media outlets wield it every day. They can sway entire populations. They can push a narrative, paint someone as the villain, and watch as ordinary people turn against him without ever questioning what they were told. That's the scale of influence you should strive to obtain. When you can bring people to your side, you can raise an army. Alone, you're limited. With loyal followers, your reach multiplies. To persuade, you must communicate well. Articulate your thoughts clearly. Make people feel your conviction. That's how you get them to stand with you. There are many tactics and layers to persuasion. This is just the surface. The point is simple. No matter how dangerous a man is by himself, he becomes far more dangerous when others choose to follow him. Habit 3. Develop a strong presence. Performative males are disgusting. They live to impress others and prove themselves for validation. Seeking validation is one of the weakest habits a man can have. Presence is different. Presence is quiet, heavy, undeniable. When you walk into a room, people can feel if you respect yourself. They can feel if you've built discipline, or if you're just faking confidence. A man with presence doesn't need to do any gimmicky social tricks or constantly fill the air with talking like we discussed in Habit 1. Here's the truth. Real presence comes from the work nobody sees, from the hours you spend controlling your mind and learning to carry yourself with confidence. People will notice it when you refuse to bend to anyone. Presence grows when you don't need to prove anything, because performance fades as soon as people see right through it. but a strong presence is permanent. Habit 4. Ruthless standards. Weak standards create a weak life. Ruthless standards create strength. When you demand more from yourself, you stop being weak. Likewise, when you demand more from the people around you, the weak scatter away like rats. That's how you sharpen your circle, and that's how you separate yourself from the herd. Look at modern society. Most men settle. They accept mediocrity. They let excuses slide. They have no higher standards. A dangerous man, however, sets the bar higher than others can reach, and he refuses to lower it for anyone. Hold yourself accountable to brutal discipline and self-respect. If someone in your life drags those standards down, cut them out. No questions asked. Because a man with ruthless standards can't be manipulated and swayed into weakness. Before you leave, if you're ready to rise and triumph over your goals, keep that inner flame burning by hitting the like and subscribe button to join the brotherhood. Until next time.